Next up, some second-hand heroes. 3 like-minded cars for people on a budget. This time we've scoured the classifieds for performance coupes. A beautiful body shape that combines everyday practicality with some serious pace. These are some rather special performance coupes, and you could pick one of them up for just £1,500. My entry-level choice ceased production 20 years ago, but is still a class act. The Volkswagen Corrado VR6. Back in 1988, when this Corrado was launched, it was one of the best-handling front-wheel drive cars on the market. And part of that great feel was the fact that cars were so much lighter in those days. This Corrado weighs something like 200 kilograms less the equivalent Scirocco of today. When they put that VR6 engine in the front, it gave it 190 brake horsepower and a 0 to 62 of under 7 seconds. And it put the hot into the hot coupe. Classic VWs are well known for their reliability, but there are still a few things to look out for. First, on startup, make sure the ABS light comes on, then goes off, to indicate the system is working. The ABS pump frequently fails, which is £1,000 to rectify. Secondly, listen for rattling from the engine. This can indicate dodgy timing chains. They're expensive to replace as it involves removing the gearbox, and that's a cool £1,200 to put right. The Corrado offers a great entry into the performance coupe market, but invest further and you could own a proper bruiser. The Vauxhall Monaro. The Monaro is actually an import from Holden, the Australian arm of General Motors, and it combines a rear-wheel drive chassis with a stonking 6-litre Chevrolet V8 up front, producing a tyre-smoking 403 horsepower. And one of these could be yours for just £8,000. No automatic gearbox option, no flappy pedals, just a big, chunky manual. I love this. The Monaro is huge fun, but keep your eyes and ears open before you buy. When driving along, do make sure there are no nasty little noises coming from the gearbox and that it does change gear smoothly. It could just be a £50 bearing that needs replacing, but if you leave it for too long, it could be a new gearbox, and that'll set you back £4,000. As the Monaro was imported, some parts can be expensive to source, such as the bumpers, which are £2,000 each, and the side skirts £800. So check these areas carefully. As you might imagine, the Monaro is a bit on the tail-happy side. In fact, it's a ready-made drift car. My final choice has been the benchmark 4-seater performance car for 30 years, the BMW M3. It may come as something of a surprise, but you can now pick up one of the ultimate modern performance cars for under £20,000. This E92 version of the BMW M3 was launched back in 2007, and it was somewhat controversial at the time because it appeared with a V8 engine. But this V8 wasn't a big lazy one like that of the Monaro. Instead, it was a very high-tech, normally aspirated 4-litre V8 that revved to 8,500 revs and produced 420 horsepower. Of course, while this is the first V8 M3, it may also be the last, as it's now been replaced by the more economical turbocharged 6 cylinders. Thankfully, not much goes wrong with the E92 M3, but you do need to check the following. The throttle actuators can fail at around 40,000 miles. It's indicated by lights on the dash and will put the car into a limp mode. £1,000 puts it right. And with all that power and an M badge, you'll be lucky to get 16,000 miles out of the tyres. At £1,100 a set, make sure you have some life left in them, or chop some money off the asking price. Oh, how I'm going to miss cars like this. So if you're looking for a performance coupe on a budget, then look no further than our selection of second-hand heroes.